friends are heathens, take it slow.
What's going on, everybody? It is the big scary guy. I'm going to be a little bit quiet because I am not in a private garage like I am used to being in. I am in the parking lot of my apartment complex. So this is going to be fun and interesting, and I can't see shit. Go figure. But this is the way of things. This is not something I really need the garage for, so rather than bother Nathan this weekend, I am just going to try to not film the backside of my head the whole time. Our objective, whether we want to or not, is to change out the cam sensors. Luckily the cam sensors are not in as quite of a precarious position as the crank position sensor, which is much more terrifying to work on. The screw for the crank sensor terrifies me because I'm always worried that I'm going to go to pull the screw out, lose my grip on it, and I'm going to drop it down into a hole and never be able to see it again. But the cam sensors are not quite so bad, although it is apparently quite impossible to find the bolt or get the wrench on the bolt correctly without looking directly at it. And somebody can't figure out how to steal a car and not kill the alarm or set the alarm off, but I suppose whatever. Everybody has different skills. If you're gonna steal a car, try to do it without setting the alarm off, but hey, maybe he has a great getaway plan. Either way, I've got 2 more cam sensors. I went ahead and bought these. I don't think that this is the cam sensor. I think that it's the wiring, but I'm doing it anyways. I know it's not the best solution to throw money at a problem and hope it goes away, but in reality, that is what I am doing because the wiring was good until the clutch went out in spectacular fashion. So in theory, the wiring should still be good, but it might not be. There might be some other issue that caused the wiring to be bad. The wiring might have always been bad. Who knows? Trying to not film the backside of my head, but is what it is. Sorry, there's only so much that I can do. The other thing that I have not looked into because of how problematic it would be is I have not looked into seeing if the timing is just completely off with the engine. And I shouldn't say completely off because the timing won't be completely off. It'll be off by like 1 tooth. It will not be a major, oh my gosh, I can't believe the engine didn't frag. It'll be 1 tooth on one sprocket or another, and that'll be what's causing the issue. And judging by the fact that I am getting a problem with the sensor position, I'm betting it's going to be on the intake cams for either the left or right side of the engine. Jeez, they really are trying their luck, huh? So it could be that the timing chain itself has slipped, and that would be its own issue. It could be that maybe for some reason the sensor shorted out. It could be that the wiring is bad. I'm honestly betting on wiring. I really, wholly and truly am betting on wiring. But I've got to try. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to replace this wiring. I really don't want to have to go over there and show them how to steal a car without setting off the damn alarm, but I hate those things so much. The other thing that I could do is just go take the wire off the battery. There, steal it now. Now it'll be real quiet when you go to start it. I think that might be because I'm just a little too vindictive about simple things that really don't matter. Let's reposition this camera over here. Actually, I'm going to bring it down over here, and I'm almost positive that that's just going to guarantee a picture of my head. I don't even know how good the video is going to come out since it's so dark out here. But, you know, I'm trying. All right. Jeez, what the hell? Come on, people. It's really not that hard. Should have had the car started by now. Well, they figured out how to shut the alarm off faster and faster every time. Probably only to be able to set it off again. Called it. They are getting faster about turning it off, though. And that is one plus side, I suppose. Alrighty, cam sensors are done. I'm gonna have to write on this box. Probably good. So we have all 3 new sensors. The crank sensor is brand new. The cam sensors, both of them are brand new. So there should not be any other possible causes, but you know, there shouldn't be an issue, and there obviously is, so... Alright, so obviously the objective is to potentially go for a ride. If the car is going to actually run, which I'm not entirely convinced it will. However, I have to jumpstart the car, which I always love doing. It always looks great, very professional. I do have to say that is one of the luxuries of owning two cars, because I can always and the key is on the key ring that is currently in the Outback, running the Outback. So hold on one second. Alright, so step 1, replace the sensors. Step 2, get the Impreza to start. Oh, that didn't work. Well, I guess we're going to let it sit for a second. Idle for a second, and of course I didn't bring the computer down here at all. It already feels like we are not doing well. I was trying to idle, so let me disconnect the jumper cables, move the Outback. Well, the car is still running. I suppose this is enough of, well, maybe not. I was going to say, I suppose this is enough of a test. I could probably take it out onto the road real quick, although I am in second gear and I'm not giving it as much confidence as I could have. Boy. Sorry if it gets a little bit windy in here, but it is very hot inside the car. Whoa! Camera down! Camera down! Just does not want to cooperate for some reason. And that is frustrating me to no end. Well, I mean, I guess that means it has to be the wiring. So I tried. Great. I really didn't want to have to tear apart the wiring on this car because it's going to be a pain. But oh well, it has to happen. And I always knew that that was a possibility, so this will be a good opportunity for me to get some quick connectors on the wires that are direct wired right now, and maybe redesign how the wiring is done. I've wanted to try some other techniques instead of just having a loose spool of wire, or a loose strands of wire running around. I wanted to try some wrapping techniques, but maybe I'll get around to that. That was one of the things that I wanted to do in the future when I had enough time to actually go ahead and get a, that was one of the things that I wanted to do when I had enough time to get a second loom or a wire harness so that I could maybe experiment with some wiring techniques. But unfortunately, this video is a failure. I'm so unhappy, but it is what it is. At this point, it pretty much has to be, oops, that's not sixth, that is sixth. At this point, it pretty much has to be wiring, which is something that I was aware of from the start. So there is something wrong on my end that I have not done correctly, and I'm going to have to figure out where that is. Luckily, at this point, this car is no longer the car that I have to absolutely positively have running every single day of the week. So that is definitely an advantage. I'm just going to chill here rather than driving. I'm about done filming anyways, but so, I mean, it's a good thing that I don't absolutely positively have to have this car running every single day anymore. Having the Outback it is definitely a godsend in that regard. So I've got backups. I miss driving this car, and I can't wait to get back into it on a regular basis. On the flip side of that, the stereo bezel that I need to replace the stereo for the Outback is almost in. That means I'll be able to order the radio here in about 2 weeks. They finally got it out of Japan. It's in the US. It's on its way here. I should have it like Wednesday, I think. And there's some other cool stuff going on with all of that. I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm not starved or anything like that. We're doing fine, but definitely a disappointment that I can't be out driving this regularly again. But that will be soon. I will get this fixed. It's a priority, and I really miss driving it. So I'm going to have it back. It's just not back this week, unfortunately, and it is very mad with me. So I'll figure out what's making it mad. I'll try to get that fixed, and then I'll get another video out for you guys. So that's going to be all for this week. Unfortunately, it's a rather boring video where you probably stared at the back of my head for most of the time, if you could see anything at all. I'm not entirely sure that you could see anything at all because it was pretty dark outside while I was trying to do work on the car. I would have preferred to film while it was lighter outside. However, it was very hot today, and I don't really like the heat, so that didn't happen. And by the time it cooled down to a reasonable temperature, it was dark. Yay. So hopefully we won't have that issue again next week, but regardless, we're going to roll with it however we have to. I will see you guys another time. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Have a nice one. Bye.